Good evening. Um, Normally I'm singing, and I've also decided that I want to do some of my poetry. Uh, I've just started to actually make some video logs, and I didn't think I'd actually get an opportunity to do this piece. I recently got it copyrighted, and now I think I can do it because kind of fits right now. So hopefully you'll like it. And if you see me looking down, it's because I'm reading it, and I hope you enjoy it. It's called Bad Credit. You go into the bank one day to take out some ends. At first you're very cautious, careful what you spend. The funds are getting lighter now, time for a new deposit. Just get the money in there. They don't care from where you got it. As time goes on, you pity pinch. Don't want no checks to bounce. Still spending money carefully. Make sure each penny counts. You deposit when you can, trying to keep your balance tight. You check the balance occasionally to make sure it's all right. More time goes on and you withdraw from funds every day. You're trying to make it up before all your money goes away. But yet you're still withdrawing more money than you put in. Until one day you realize that your supply has come to an end. No problem though, the bank extends a line of credit to you. Now you go on your merry way, finding mischief to get into. You're steadily taking money out, but you ain't paying it back. All the time hoping and praying that the bank ain't keeping track. One day the phone rings and you answer with a merry hello. Excuse me, sir, this is the bank. Your credit is very low. Oh, I'm sorry, you exclaim. I've been in a period of sorrow. But if you give me one more chance, I'll make a deposit tomorrow. Very well, sir, they say to you. Before you say goodbye, you chuckle to yourself that they have fallen for your lie. They let you keep on spending, though they call you every now and then. I promise that I'll pay, you say. That's fine, sir, but when? You scurry to the bank and make a deposit just in time. Secure that you will keep your word, they extend another line. So off you go once again on another spending spree, buying this trinket and that gadget like money grows on trees. You sit in satisfaction admiring all the things you bought. But the bank calls and you realize you spent more than you thought. You are now over your limit and they want their money now. You've got to give them their money some way, somehow. You beg, borrow, and steal from any woman, child, and man, trying to get your hands on as much money as you can. But you can't get much because all your friends know of your credit woes. And when they get their money back, none of them knows. The bank is still calling. Collection notices have been sent. You haven't given us any money. It's time for payment. They've extended credit to you even after your checks bounced. We knew at that moment we should have closed your account. But we gave you another chance, and you gave us your word. Now I'm sorry, and I don't have it, is all that we've heard. You cannot do this to us, sir. We want satisfaction. I'm sorry, sir. You leave us no choice. We're forced to take action. So you had good credit once upon a time. But now your TRW is trash, and no one will lend you a dime. They heard about your bank accounts, all currently in the red. Your unpaid bills, outstanding notes, and the frivolous life you've led. They don't want to fall into the same trap that you set for the one bank that extended you that huge line of credit. But what about that bank? What about the money you owe? You think they have plenty, but it hurt them more than you know. They've extended credit many times to swindlers like you. And yes, it was their fault, but they thought it was the right thing to do. Bad debt after bad debt, they've extended all over town. But after that huge loan to you, they finally had to close down. You're very unhappy because in your heart you know if they stayed hoping and you deposited, back to them you could go when you needed another loan because they would accommodate you. Now you're in deep sorrow because your borrowing days are through. You go to them on the day that they are slated to close. You have somehow found the money, and you want to pay what you owe. You ask to see the president with your money in your hand. He looks at you in disgust and tells you to put it back in your pants. You are distraught, standing there not knowing what to say. You may have been able to save us, sir, if you had come yesterday. But as usual, you are a day late and $1 short. Now kindly leave these premises, and they kick you out the door. You turn around in time to see something bright and new. A brand new bank has taken over, and they want nothing to do with you. Maybe this means nothing to someone who knows not what I'm speaking of. But what if it wasn't money? What if the deposit was love? What if each time you showed her respect and gratitude, your deposit in the love bank actually grew? And each time you took her for granted and mistreated her somehow, your balance in the love bank went down. What if after she has taken all that you have put her through, she decides to extend a line of credit to you, give you something to work with to get you back on track, but you continue to withdraw, putting little or nothing back? To you, it's leaps and strides, and you proclaim to give your all. But with everything you've taken from her, your deposits are quite small. And after the final withdrawal, and you have broken her heart, you tell her, it's all in the past. Let's make a brand new start. But she's still feeling the pain, betrayal, and regret. And you poke her wounds every now and then so that she doesn't forget. So she closes down the bank to you and finds another depositor. And no matter what you say or do, you can't get through to her. Although I've made it pretty clear, I know some still won't get it. Stop screwing up now before you end up with bad credit.